Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, y'all. Today is an awesome day. Today, we start a brand new series from a company I've never purchased from before in a genre that I haven't built before, and I can't wait. We're going to be doing pirate ships. As a kid, I actually fantasized about being a pirate. Of course, it was sailing on the high seas, thousands of miles off the coast, battling mythological beings like the Kraken, befriending mermaids, and then, of course, freeing slaves, very white hat pirate stuff. The reality is far less altruistic, of course, but that fantasy never really left, and now I get to build some of the ships. This series is by a company called Piececool, and as near as I can tell, the ships here are actually based off of myth, legend, even real life. There's only 3 pieces that I know of. There may be more, but there's only 3 that I know of so far. We're going to be doing them all. We've got the Queen Anne's Revenge here, Blackbeard's famous ship, and we've got the Flying Dutchman, the famous ghost ship of Davy Jones. We're going to kick things off with the Black Pearl. This was Sir Henry Morgan's ship, and he was, by all accounts, a really nasty guy. But the ship looks cool. So why don't we take a look at this packaging, and then we'll see what comes inside. So here is the packaging for the Black Pearl by Piececool. This piece looks awesome. Now if you take a real close look at the sails here, these are not solid sails. These are more of a mesh. I'm not sure why they chose to use a mesh on the Black Pearl, whereas the other 2 models do have solid sails. But, you know, so be it. It still looks awesome. It does say it is a difficulty level of 5 out of 7. So, I guess kind of difficult. We'll find out as we go along. You can see we've got 5 sheets of metal here, and 307 total pieces. Given that, it's entirely possible I may have to break this out into a multi-part series. We will find out as I go, I guess, and find out how long it takes. I love some of the gold against the black here. That's going to be awesome. Other than that, doesn't look any different as far as, you know, the basic assembly stuff of any of the other metal models that we've done. So let's get this cellophane off and see what we have. Alright, with the cellophane removed, we can open the box up, I think. Oh, wait, there it is. A little piece of cellophane still on here. Okay, let's see. Okay. I don't see any glue or anything. Just doesn't want to come out. There we go. There we go. Okay. So here are the instructions. Not sure how I feel about this. A bunch of different folded sheets here. Let's take a look. I think a booklet would have been easier to manage, but the instructions themselves don't seem to be terribly different. They use the same blue circle, green triangle method that Fascinations use, the Metal Earth series. So it should be very easy to get through these instructions. These are pretty small print though. Yeah, this is very small print. So it'd be a little more on the difficult reading side, and there looks like there's a lot of duplication of effort. I'm guessing these are all cannons. Not sure what these are. Maybe powder kegs? That'd be cool. And yeah, the rest of the instructions are basically the same. Whoa, that's going to be awesome. But double-sided. All the steps are numbered, which is great. So nothing too out of the ordinary there. Piececool does seem to have two separate versions of this model. One is this one here. This is the large version of the model. And they also have a regular version, which is actually smaller and unpainted. So choose your piece to suit your taste. Here we go with the metal. This doesn't look too bad. I can't find the seam. Is that it? Here we go. All right. So looks like we've just got the one cellophane wrap with all of the metal inside. They are not individually wrapped like the Moo model pieces. They do have paper separators to prevent scratching, so that's good. Wow. This is going to be rather interesting. First off, there's not 5 sheets of metal in here, there's 6. So we got that going for us. We've also got this beautiful gold and then a solid black. There doesn't seem to be much else as far as color differentiation. Lots of laser etched detail, although this is not tactile, it's just there, laser etched. You can see this mesh pattern here, completely transparent for the sails. If I'm being honest, this probably scares me the most. All of these very, very, very thin lines for the rigging. That probably scares me more than any other part of this, to be honest. Because it does look incredibly fragile. Man, just take a look at all of these very tiny, tiny pieces. It's probably hard to see now I think about it with the solid black, so we'll go with the gold here. But look at all of these incredibly tiny pieces that we're going to have to manipulate here to assemble the piece. Looking at this, I'm thinking this is probably going to have to be a 2-parter, but I don't know, maybe it'll go together a lot smoother than I think it will. But why don't we cut some pieces out and we'll just get moving.
like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Bring the funk back.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to call it here. This is about 4.5 hours into the build, but because of the sheer number of pieces around here, it actually took me about 3 hours just to cut the pieces out of the metal. And I still got a good hour and a half to edit and compile this video. So I'm gonna have to call it for now, and we'll have to definitely do a part 2. Possibly a part 3, because I did not get anywhere near as far as I had hoped. But here we have the upper and lower decks of the Black Pearl here, and it's looking great. I mean, it really is. The build so far has been tedious, very tedious. It's really difficult because the scale of this, the size of the pieces are so small. And you can see just all of these little details. We got 32 cannons going around. We've got 24 of these little barrels all over it. And because of the black on black, a lot of that detail is never even going to be seen. And this here is the lower deck. So, you're going to have the upper deck on top of it. I have no idea whether or not there's going to be openings sufficient on the sides to even see all of the detail that's in here. We do have the staircases and the support pillars. So, I mean, the level of detail is insanely high. You just can't see a lot of it because it's all monochrome, except for the gold bits, of course. I understand why they did it. Manufacturing the paint and all that, but I think they could have done a better job. The upper deck here has a lot of things. Now, there's no staircase. Man, won't focus. There's no actual staircase on this side, so no demonstration of how someone would get up onto this platform. Over here, you can see we've got the staircase. We got the door to what I assume is like the captain's cabin. Not a lot of detail inside that area there, other than the cannons. And then we've got in addition to all of the detail that we had on the lower deck, we've got little fencing around where the staircases would come out. We've got these, I don't know if these are statues or they're supposed to be, pirates. They all look like sailors with a telescope there surrounded, but since it's all painted gold, are they supposed to be statues? Are they supposed to be actual pirates? They're just gold? I don't know. We've got these supports here. This is definitely looking like the foundation for a very nice piece. I don't like the monochrome. I don't like everything being in black, except for, of course, some of the gold. But it does make all of the gold bits stand out. These pillars here, these windows going into the cabin. These are, we've got this fencing. I don't even know if that's showing up because of the color and everything, but there's this fencing that's going along here. This is definitely a highly detailed model. One piece of detail that seems to be missing though from these decks, there's no steering wheel. It seems like an odd piece to have left out, but there's no wheel, no rudder wheel. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call this for now. Hopefully, in the next video, we'll be able to accomplish a bit more. Maybe there won't be so many small pieces, because just building these 32 cannons, each of these cannons takes 2 pieces of metal. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 folds on 2 pieces of metal for each of these 32 cannons. So that's just to give you an idea of the amount of effort that is required just to get to this stage. And you can see, I mean, compared to my thumbnail, how big that cannon is. So there's 7 folds in there. So yeah, it is tedious work to get this detail on here. But I do like the end result so far. I wish it had more color, but it is coming out pretty well, Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.